Hello, Princess Untitled here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 16, titled Unbearable Truth. This episode is where the couples go on a retreat. And let me tell you, this, nothing really happened. Nothing happened. They talk about the exact same things they always talk about, and nothing new happened. This was a really dull, boring episode. But let's get started. Okay, so we see Nicole and Chris. They're on their way to the retreat. Nicole is hounding Chris about finding an apartment that will accept all three dogs. And Chris is not pressed about it. And Chris did tell her before that they were not going to live together after decision day. So I don't know what she's talking about, right? He had told her that he wanted her to renew her lease and he was going to renew his lease and they weren't going to live together after decision day. Maybe something changed. I don't know. But that's the last thing I heard him say about sharing an apartment. Anyway, Nicole and Chris were the last to arrive at the retreat. And I guess it's because they were stuck in traffic. So Nicole is in a pissy mood. She's angry because Chris does not want to talk about getting an apartment together. He told her, let's talk about it tomorrow. We ain't going to talk about it today. I don't know. He didn't give her a reason why he doesn't want to talk about it today, but he told her, let's talk about it tomorrow. And you could tell she had an attitude. She goes, okay, we'll talk about it tomorrow. So you can tell she had an attitude about that. She's also mad because the traffic held them up and they will be the last to get to the resort. And they won't be able to choose a good room because if you're last, you just gotta take what's there, what's left over, you know. So she's angry because they get to the retreat and they get the room in the basement. I think it's a room in the basement because when they got there, they had to go downstairs to go to their room. That's the basement, as far as I'm concerned, right? They should have left earlier. That's what they should have done. That way, they wouldn't have been stuck in traffic. Anyway, everyone gets to the retreat safe and sound, and then the men prepare for a men's king pageant. We see Jasmine putting lotion on Aries' crusty, dry foot, and Gina puts Clint's hair into a man bun. Kristen teaches Shaquille how to walk sexy, and Nicole tells Chris to do a swivel in front of the ladies. I don't know what that's all about. So then the pageant begins, and the first category is best outfit. Aries comes out and he looks ordinary. He's wearing a gray suit that's like a huge faint checkered gray suit with a red top on and sneakers. No socks, of course. And then he asks the ladies to take a picture of him. Then Shaquille comes out next, and he looks good. He's wearing a striped blue suit, striped blue and white jacket, actually, and white pants, and with a blue tie and a blue shirt. Shaquille looks a hell of a lot better than Aries does. When Chris comes out, at first I didn't know who he was. He was wearing this long, black, shaggy wig. He looked like Ozzy Osbourne. So he pulled another jacket off his shoulder, off of one of his shoulders, and I thought he was about to do a striptease for us. I don't think he knows what a pageant is. Then Shaquille he puts on the wig, and then he looks like Rick James. Anyway, Clint comes out, and I don't think he knows what a pageant is either. He is wearing only a black leather jacket on the top. And the jacket, no shirt, the jacket is wide open, and so you can see all his chest. And then he's wearing boots. He's wearing snow boots with some washed out jeans. And then he has a scarf around his neck. He looked like a lumberjack to me. Anyway, the next category are questions. The first question was, if you were a marriage counselor, what advice would you give? Clint's answer was to love yourself and then spread the love. Shaquille's answer was to focus on yourself and your own happiness. Shaquille got what he wants then, because he has Kirsten, and that's what she does. She focuses on her own happiness. So he should be good to go, right? Chris said to be true to who you are, and Aries said find out what turns on your partner. Well, you need to take your own advice, Aries, because I'm pretty sure you don't know what turned Jasmine on. Well, you know what? Jasmine says she wants somebody to she wants her husband to grab her and rip her clothes off. So I guess we all know what Jasmine wants, right? The next question was, if you were president, what would you do to fix the divorce rate? Aries said he would change the marriage age to 30 years old. Not bad. I'm not hating that answer. Shaquille said he would give marriage counsel for free to couples. You see that damn Shaquille? Shaquille don't want to pay for a house. He doesn't want to pay for cars for Kirsten, and now he wants free marriage counseling. You can tell Shaquille broke. He ain't got no money. Shaquille ain't paying for nothing. So Chris, another cheap guy, said give married couples money. Just give them money. Why? For what reason? Clint said he would have a penalty for divorce to give everything to your spouse. I think we already have that, Clint. Don't sometimes the wife gets the house, the cars, and alimony and child support? Sometimes that happens. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes the wives get everything. Last question. Do you believe in traditional marriage roles? Shaquille said roles have been switched. Women are more independent. No shit, Sherlock. Chris said the wife doesn't need to stay at home. She needs to go to work. Cheapy Chris. He said he ain't paying all the bills. My wife got to go to work and make money too, so she can help me with these damn bills. Clint said marriage roles have changed. It's not like the olden days. No shit, Sherlock. Aries said women can be CEOs, but if a bear comes, he'll protect her. I don't think you will. I think you will run and scream and hide. That's what I think you will do. So the results for the pageant was Clint was the third runner-up, and he was disappointed. And the second runner-up was Shaquille. The first runner-up was Chris, and of course, Aries won. He was the couples retreat king. And then he gets a crown and he gets a sash. Next scene, Gina and Clint, they hadn't shared a bed since the honeymoon. So they were sharing a bed on this retreat, and Clint said he was nervous to share a bed with Gina. But there was no worries. They shared the bed fine. Nothing happened. Next scene, Jasmine and Aries meditate together. Apparently, she asked him if she could meditate with him, but he wanted to meditate alone. So he claimed he forgot. But then he took her outside and meditated with her. He don't want to meditate with no Jasmine. He wants to be the frick alone. He wants her to leave him alone. But she is so happy to be in Aries' presence. So next scene is Chris says he created a scavenger hunt for Nicole. It wasn't no scavenger hunt. A scavenger hunt is people leave you clues all over the place. You run all over the place to get these clues, and you solve the clues, and you get a prize at the end. This wasn't no scavenger hunt. He just put notes all over the balcony, trying to make her feel better about herself, saying, "You're beautiful, I love you, you're a good wife, you're a good person," just because she needs to be validated, and that's what she told him she needs to be validated. And plus, I think he felt bad because he told her, "Let's discuss this apartment thing the next day." And he doesn't want to discuss it because he does not want to live with her, and he probably felt guilty for that. That's why he did that. Next scene, there are bears outside the front door. And the reason why there's bears outside the front door is because that's where they put the trash. So the bears are happily going through the trash. They're really smart, aren't they? Next scene, Kirsten and Shaquille, they go outdoor. Well, it's not an outdoor sledding. They go indoor sledding, I guess. And I wouldn't do that. It looked dangerous. If I could fall off that thing, break my neck, break my ankles, no. But anyway, after they slide down the ramp a couple of times, they go off somewhere to talk about decision day. And Kirsten told Shaquille that she did not know how she feels about this decision day. My braces, I can't say certain words or certain letters because of my braces. But anyway, she said she didn't know how she felt about decision day because of them not being able to communicate. And she says them not being able to communicate has taken a toll on her. And she told him that she feels defeated and uneasy about them not being able to communicate. And Shaquille is shocked. He thinks that they're communicating well. I don't see the problem with their communication. I don't see a problem at all. Gina and Clint, they go on this one-person single roller coaster type ride. And Clint is no kind of gentleman. He gets in one of the seats and sits in, buckle up, and leaves Gina to fend for herself. But I wouldn't do that ride either. It doesn't look safe to me. It doesn't look safe. Call me a coward if you want to, but one of my jobs in life is to protect myself and keep myself safe, okay? Afterwards, they sit down to talk and have drinks, and they compare their relationship to a roller coaster. And that was it for them. Next is Aries and Jasmine. They go on some type of jungle gym, adult jungle gym type thing. The thing is called Top Jump Trampoline and Extreme Arena. And it says climbing walls. That's what the sign outside said. Now, I would do that. I think I would do that. Jasmine and Aries, they climb a wall, and Jasmine won. She beat him in that. Then they jumped on the trampolines, and they both did a little flip. Then they played dodgeball. That's something I wouldn't do. I wouldn't want to play no dodgeball. When you get hit with those balls, it hurt. I wouldn't do that. So afterward, they're talking about the effect that Aries is the effort. They're talking about the effort that Aries is putting into the marriage. And Jasmine says, yeah, she told me, yeah, you're putting in effort, but you need to put more effort into this marriage. And she told him he needs to stay off of his phone. She said he's constantly on his phone and he needs to stay off his phone. And Aries told her, when you see me on my phone, tell me to put my phone down. And that's crazy. You think I want to have to tell a man to put his phone down and spend time with me? If you don't automatically want to spend time with me, you'd rather be on your phone than spend time with me, then you don't need to be with me. I shouldn't have to tell you, get off your phone and spend time with me. I shouldn't have to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? You choose your phone over me, that's a no-no. But Jasmine agrees to it. Jasmine says she's going to start speaking up and telling Aries how she feels. Next scene. The women are on the balcony, sitting there socializing, talking, while the men are in the kitchen cooking. I guess they're cooking dinner. And Clint asks the guys about their sex life, because he said he ain't getting no sex, so, he wants to know about their sex life. Aries said he has nothing to say, because of course he ain't not getting no sex from Jasmine, so he says, I have nothing to say. But then Chris says something really weird. Chris said him and Nicole may or may not have had sex last night. What does that mean? Either you had sex or you didn't. What the hell is he talking about? So Shaquille said him and Kirsten, they're taking it slow. I think him and Kirsten had sex one time, and they haven't had it yet. He claims that they're taking it slow. I don't think they're having sex. They had sex that one time, and that was it. So both the men and the women, they're doing a lot of talking about their relationship, and nobody's saying anything interesting and anything new. They're just chit-chatting, and it's boring. Aries did tell the guys that he needs to feel a spark in order for things to change between him and Jasmine. Shaquille told the guys that he has not met Kirsten's entire family yet, because he's met her mother and sister, I think, or brother. He's met some of her family, but he hasn't met, I guess, her entire family. He definitely hasn't met the father. And he said he's not going to beg her either for her to introduce him to her family. On the other side of the retreat, Jasmine tells the ladies that she plans on letting Aries know when he pisses her off or when he does something that she does not like. Then Kirsten tells the ladies that her and Shaquille's communication suck. and she is in the middle in regards to decision day because they don't communicate well. Next scene, they all sit down to eat. Clint asks the group what do they need from their spouse come decision day. Aries said he needs Jasmine to speak her mind, and he needs to make her feel comfortable enough to speak her mind. And he thanked her for not popping off on him because he knows she has had a rough time, and she's handled it with grace. And she gets emotional and had to dab tears from her eyes. Kirsten said she wants a healthier type of way of communicating with Shaquille. Chris said him and Nicole are great at compromising. See, he's trying to let her know we gonna have to compromise with this apartment living situation because I do not want to live with you come decision day. After decision day, I don't want to live with you. So he throws that out there. He says, Nicole and I are good at compromising. Oh, okay, whatever, Chris. And then Chris told the group that him and Nicole has told each other that they loved each other. So the group cheers to that. Gina tells the group that her and Clint are stuck in the friends zone. Clint tells the group that they're trying to ignite the fire. See, they're on two different pages. Clint thinks they're moving forward, and Gina is still back here saying, I'm not attracted to you, you're a ginger, you're a redhead, you're not my type. But Clint is trying to move it forward. Clint is trying to feel, I think he likes her. I think he wants to try and make the relationship work. But Gina is not having it. She doesn't want anything to do with Clint. Then Gina says she feels if they force their relationship, it's unattractive. Then she said she did not sign up to be anybody's friends. She said she has a lot of friends. She's so rude. Gina is so effing rude. So Nicole cheers to them being super friends. The next scene, we see Aries packing to leave because he claims he's leaving the trip early because he claims he has some kind of work thing to attend to. And then Jasmine, I think she should have left with him because now she's the ninth wheel. She's there by herself. Everybody has a husband and she doesn't have a husband. So why is she there? She should have left with him. The next scene is the time for the 80s party. And the only person I think that's dressed like the 80s is Nicole. Everybody else look like they're dressed like the 70s. Kirsten looked like she just dressed normally. She looked like she had a denim short, denim jacket, and a baseball hat. She just looked normal. Anyway, they drank, they danced, they partied, and then Nicole told us that it was her 33rd birthday. And that was basically it. That was the end. Anywho, Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you for watching. Bye.